Live. What's up, guys? This is Chris, and this is my channel, Barnon 11970, and I'm doing this in the dark to be basically so you can hear my message, and I think that's the most important part. It's been a little while, so thank you for sticking around and hearing what I have to say, and I haven't made a video in a while because I've said repeatedly recently that I'm only going to make a video if I think there's something worthy of saying that can help you on your path. And I'm a firm believer in things happen for a reason, and messages will come to you when you need them and when you're ready for them. Because it's like a relationship. If you meet your soulmate too early or too late, it does you no good. It's all about the timing. So I'm browsing on YouTube today, and I always end up finding something that fits what I need at that moment. And today, I heard of this rapper called Tom Macdonald. If you're not familiar with him, I highly recommend you listening to him. Never heard of him before. Listened to his newest song based on a recommendation from YouTube. Thought it was okay. Liked the message. Started going down his rabbit hole. Started listening to a couple of his songs. What really intrigued me is he did a story about a shoot he did for one of his videos, and he just seemed very genuine. And trust me, there's a point to this because I'll get into it. The title of Inner Demons, and I just really started listening to all his videos, and there was one that really hit me, and it's called "The Best Rapper Ever." If you haven't heard it, I highly recommend you giving it a chance. Now, this premise of the song is basically fighting with your inner demons. An epiphany hit me because I watched it. I watched some reaction videos on it and everything. For some reason, I was just really drawn to this. And if you've watched my channel, you know I always talk about light and magnetism. You always get attracted to things that you need in your life when they're ready to be there and you're ready to hear them. So there was a reason why I was listening to this song over and over again. It's incredibly well done for a person who refuses to sign a record label, and I can understand why in these, especially in these times. But it's talking about his inner demon and how he's fighting it, and how we all experience that. And then I had an epiphany, and I want to share this with you about how we see our quote-unquote inner demons actually the wrong way and why we're suffering the way we are. Because I can guarantee you, especially in these interesting times, there's a lot of depression, there's a lot of questions, there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of division, there's a lot of suffering. I'm sure there's been a lot of that before this, and there'll be a lot of it after. Okay? We all have our own inner demons. When I saw the video a couple of times, I started really thinking about something. What are your inner demons? Your inner demons are you. They're a part of you. They are the side of you that you don't want to face. And then I put it into another perspective, because I've always said, everything is about perspective. Putting yourself in something or someone else's shoes and seeing it from their side. Now, I want you for a moment, because we've all been told all our lives to fight our ego, to fight the demon, to resist, to ignore, to push away, to rise above. Now, I want you to image yourself as your inner demon, the other side. Think of yourself as part of you, but from that other perspective, the dark side, so to speak. Okay? Pretend you have feelings. And part of you has been fighting you all of your life, telling you, I need to stay away from you. I cannot listen to you. You are evil. You are going to hurt me. I need to fight you. I need to win against you. I need to ignore you. I need to shut you down. I need to hide you. I need to close the door and lock the key. Just imagine if that was you. Wouldn't you be angry? Wouldn't you want to cause pain? Wouldn't you want to be that child that got beat so much you want to beat something else just so you could feel good about yourself? And one of the things I've noticed in the path of my life, because you have to be true to yourself, and your other part of you, that quote unquote inner demon, is your truth that you're afraid to deal with, that is always there to remind you this is not what you are. This is not who you think you are. This is not what you pretend. This is who you are. You're just afraid to deal with it. Okay? Be that inner demon for a second and think about all the pain it's being caused. And yet, that inner demon stays with you your whole life. Because one of the things in my life is I've been abandoned. And I've experienced that a lot of times in my life. Friends, family. And then I thought about it this moment from the perspective of my inner demon. I, like you, and like everybody else, has been told all of their lives to push aside the demons in you, that other side of you, to lock it away, to hide it, to rise above it. You have to defeat it. You have to kill it. Kill the ego, right? So what if the abandonment I felt all of my life was my ego or my inner demon showing me what I made it feel by abandoning it, by ignoring it, by trying to kill it? Think of it as a little child that doesn't know how to act, and it wants you to feel what you're doing to yourself and be true to yourself. Now, you may think, well, that's vindictive. Think of it this way. Your inner demon, your alter ego, your inner self, whatever you want to call it, never left you. Even when you hid it, even when you cursed it down, even when you tried to kill it, it was always there, which means, you know what? There's love there. Because it would never abandon you until you faced your inner demon and thanked it for never giving up on you when everything in the world was giving up on you. I want you to think about that right now. The ego that the whole world is telling you to defeat and kill never left you and wanted you to finally one day wake up and say, wait a minute, the pain that I'm experiencing is a reflection of the pain I am giving. And it never gave up on you. Like the movie The Dark Crystal. You have the Skeksis, which were the dark, scary bird-like creatures. And I forget what the other ones are, the light ones. They're just two opposites of themselves. And what did they do? They needed to join together. Look at the world that we're in right now. All of the separation, all of the division. Isn't that a message saying about your inner demon or your ego or part of yourself, the negative aspect that you're afraid to face, is just showing you from without what is really within? It's showing you what the internal struggle is. Just imagine if you were God, okay, and you were the only thing in existence, and for whatever reason you decided you're going to split up, maybe out of fear, maybe out of curiosity. Just imagine everything that was once part of you now divided. How abandoned they must feel. How much pain of missing being part of something. There's an old saying in this country, united we stand and divided we fall. Just imagine if there was only truly one in the universe, multiverse, whatever. There was only truly one, and it divided into all to experience itself through everything. But imagine the pain that division caused. Imagine being abandoned by those you love. Wouldn't you want to have them feel pain? Wouldn't you want them to feel the suffering that they felt? The abandonment? So don't try and erase your demons. Don't try and kill your ego. Thank your ego that despite you're cursing it, abandoning it, blaming it, hiding it, trying to rise above it, it stayed with you because it needed you to hear that message. So maybe one day, instead of fighting and dividing and hiding, you embrace and hug and say thank you for what you sacrificed to show me a better way, a better path. And then it's not so evil anymore, is it? Everybody in your life abandoned you. Everybody in your life hurts you. We don't want to admit it because we're trained to be strong, be tough. It's everything's going to be okay. You can get past it. When you know to yourself you're not being honest, and it hurts, and fills you with pain and sorrow and depression, and you're told you got to be strong, you got to stand tall, you cannot speak how you truly feel because then you're labeled as weak. Maybe it's time we all start to accept and embrace the lessons that we're seeing, because if we don't listen, we're going to destroy everything that we are. Two sides of the same coin is what you and your ego, or you and your quote-unquote inner demons are. You are a part of each other. Why are we fighting each other and destroying each other when we are only hurting one another instead of thanking and embracing what we learn? That other part of you will never, can never, and has never left you. The pain that you feel in your life is the pain that you've given by pushing part of you away for whatever reasons. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel shame. Don't feel anger. Feel enlightened that you're hearing this message and how powerful it can be to take the other side of you that you pushed away, that you abandoned, that was still there for you no matter what happened in your life, even though it did not know how to react because it was abandoned by you and it wanted you to feel that pain so you can understand the world that you're living right now is a reflection of the inside of what you've done. What do you think will happen to the world once you unite with yourself and you forgive yourself? Because you need real eyes to realize. And that's the epiphany I had today over a rap video that I've never seen before. So if you think things are accidental, then you don't know how life really works. And I'm very thankful for the lesson I learned tonight. And instead of trying to push my ego away or try and be better than it or try and kill it or look at my inner demons as these scary, powerful monsters, because here's how much your ego loves you and your inner demons love you. The more you push it away, the more you hate it, the more you try and defeat it, the stronger it grows. You cannot defeat it. But that's the thing. You cannot fight fire with fire. Equal love for everyone or no love for anyone. That's a decision you have to make. I made mine tonight. And that's why, like I said, I don't make very many videos these days because I didn't want to get into all this drama and all this pain that's going on in the world. And I realized tonight the reason I'm experiencing all the abandonment and all the pain, by putting myself in the perspective of the other part of me that I cannot see or feel, but I hear whispering in my head, like everybody feels, that inner voice. And yeah, snowflakes was the one that I talked about. That's the first video I saw today. And it brought me down to this. And it shows that things happen for a reason. And it happens when you're ready. Don't believe what you're told in your life when it brings you division and separation and anger and hatred. You could spend your whole life fighting your demon, your inner self, your ego, only to never win. It will be a stalemate for all time. So instead of fighting what cannot be killed and what cannot die and what will not separate from you, why don't we embrace it and see it for what it is? That's a choice you got to make, and it's a choice I made tonight. And I'm sharing that with those that are ready and are tired of feeling the way that they're feeling because they're not honest with themselves. The woe is me doesn't have to be. I think that's the message I want to send tonight and not go past that. What you need to do at this point is to think about putting that ego or inner demon, or whatever you want to call it, put yourself in its shoes. How would you feel if you were pushed away and abandoned and told all your life that you're a scary monster? Don't you think it would become that? Wanting that negative thing? It's like a child that will break something to get your attention or cry loud to get the attention because it doesn't know any better. That's our fault. We cannot change what we've done, but we can change what we do. The world is trying to get us to separate and divide, and it causes nothing but pain. The world is destroying itself, and we're allowing it. What do you think might happen if we start looking at it differently and start embracing and thanking that part of us and realize we are all one? You know what? I don't care what race you are. You know what we are? The human race. And we're forgetting that. We don't deserve this planet if we can't live on it together in harmony. Thanks for listening. Let me know what you think. I'll see you next time I come up with something inspirational. Till then, think differently. My love to all.